Imagine walking into a crucial final exam, scoring a 110%, and having the professor immediately fail you. That is precisely the bizarre reality that just played out in the stock market. Palantir reported an 85% jump in total revenue, representing its best quarter in history. Meanwhile, AMD completely crushed expectations for its data center growth. Standard logic dictates that both stocks should have skyrocketed. Instead, the broader market reacted with cold indifference, and shares actually dropped. This paradox is terrifying for anyone holding real money in the market right now. We are witnessing a total inversion of standard financial gravity, where phenomenal success is treated like a massive disappointment. Today, we're sitting down to unpack exactly why this happened. There is an invisible set of rules governing the market right now, and if you do not understand them, you are flying blind. Let us start by looking at what actually broke. Chapter 1: The Anatomy of a Muted Shock. To genuinely understand the current market weirdness, we have to look closely at the numbers behind the recent earnings reports. Palantir did not just beat their financial estimates, they managed to completely obliterate them. They posted record-breaking profit margins and watched their commercial customer base absolutely explode. In any normal economic climate, this kind of aggressive scaling would trigger a massive celebration on Wall Street. AMD experienced a remarkably similar story, showing massive demand for their new processing power. Yet, confused investors aggressively sold off their equity positions. The core issue here is that the entire artificial intelligence sector has completely decoupled from traditional reality. The actual operational performance of the business no longer matters as much as the astronomical expectations placed upon it. We are dealing with a market that demands total perfection just to maintain the current price. This strange dynamic leads us directly to the first major takeaway for anyone trying to navigate this space. Chapter 2: Lesson 1: The Perfection Penalty. The first lesson you need to internalize is something I call the perfection penalty. In traditional investing, a company releases good news and the stock price goes up. In the current landscape, good news is completely meaningless because it's already priced into the stock months in advance. You are no longer being graded on how well you run your business today. You are being graded on how flawlessly you can execute an impossibly optimistic future. When a massive company is trading at a premium, producing a great quarter is the bare minimum requirement just to keep the lights on. If a business ever fails to deliver a reality-shattering revelation, investors panic and sell. It's a grueling treadmill where the speed keeps increasing every single month. The stakes are incredibly high, which forces us to look under the hood at the exact mathematical trap these companies are currently stuck inside. Chapter 3: The Invisible Math Problem. There is a fascinating conversation happening among value investors right now regarding the hidden hurdle rate of these high-flying companies. When a promising stock trades at hundreds of times its current earnings, the underlying math becomes borderline impossible. To simply justify its current valuation, a company like Palantir would need to grow its operating income by nearly 40% every single year for the next decade. Think about how incredibly difficult that is. A business has to compound its success flawlessly year after year until it becomes one of the 20 largest companies on the planet. Any slight stumble or brief slowdown means the entire mathematical equation instantly falls apart. You are paying for absolute perfection over a 10-year timeline with absolutely zero margin of safety. This leads to a very precarious situation for the average person buying these stocks. It exposes a hidden truth about what you are actually purchasing right now. Chapter 4: Lesson 2: The Narrative Premium. This brings us directly to our second critical lesson. When you buy into the artificial intelligence boom, you are not buying a spreadsheet of current profits. You are paying a massive narrative premium. You are buying the story of what the world might look like a decade from now. The danger here is that exciting stories can change much faster than actual businesses do. If the narrative shifts even slightly, the financial premium evaporates overnight. This is what professional investors call multiple contraction. It's the terrifying moment when the broader market decides a dollar of earnings is suddenly worth 50 cents instead of $5. The underlying company might still be perfectly healthy and growing, but the stock price completely collapses because the magic story has finally worn off. Escaping this trap requires companies to do something far more difficult than writing clever algorithms. They have to solve a deeply unglamorous problem in the real world. Chapter 6. The boots on the ground reality. The only way to survive the crushing weight of these expectations is to actually hardwire the technology into traditional businesses. This is where the story gets really interesting. Palantir does not just sell software and walk away. They deploy highly specialized engineers directly into the offices of their clients. These engineers sit down with factory managers and logistics coordinators, and they build a working proof of concept in just a few days. They're not talking about abstract theories or future capabilities. They are actively fixing broken supply chains and messy databases in real time. This hands-on approach is the secret weapon that bridges the massive gap between future hype and daily reality. The technology itself is essentially useless until a human being forces it to solve a boring, everyday problem. This physical integration process reveals the final and most important lesson for anyone watching this industry unfold. Chapter 7. Lesson 3. The implementation moat. Our third crucial lesson is that the true winners will not be the companies with the smartest models, but the ones with the deepest implementation moats. An algorithm can easily be copied by a competitor in a matter of weeks. However, integrating that algorithm deeply into the daily workflow of a massive hospital or a global shipping network takes years of grueling effort. Once a business relies on your system to run its daily operations, they are incredibly unlikely to ever leave. That enormous switching cost is the ultimate defensive shield against market volatility. As an astute observer, you should stop looking at how fast a software runs and start looking at how painfully difficult it would be for a customer to unplug it. The companies that survive the inevitable market corrections will be the ones that have embedded themselves like concrete into the foundational infrastructure of the global economy. Chapter 7. Surviving the double-barreled threat. We're entering a phase where the market is holding a double-barreled shotgun. One barrel represents the massive risk of a company missing its impossible growth targets. The other barrel represents the risk of the narrative premium simply vanishing into thin air. If both barrels happen to fire at the same time, the wealth destruction will be absolute. Navigating this bizarre environment requires immense patience and a complete refusal to get swept up in the collective euphoria. You have to evaluate these emerging companies not on their grand promises for the next decade, but on their quiet ability to solve mundane problems today. Look for the unique businesses building boring, inescapable routes in the real physical world. The artificial hype will eventually fade, and the inflated narrative premiums will inevitably shrink. When the dust finally settles, the only thing left standing will be the silent utility of products that people simply can't afford to turn off.